Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Doctor's Perspective podcast mini-sode, episode 51. Today is going to be Story Matters, effective email copy with Andre Chaperone. That may or may not be said correctly. So let's jump in it. We're going to be sub 10 minutes. Just want to say welcome back to the podcast. Hopefully you did not unsubscribe. We're releasing new episodes. We took a little hiatus, moving from China, moving to Germany, waiting for my family to get here. It was a little bit wild. During that time, the Chinese book did get released, by the way, doctorsperspective.net/China book for the Amazon link, or Chinese dinner if you want to see more of like the sales page of why you would buy it. Definitely with the coronavirus, China is not going to be a place you want to visit for a while, but now's the time to learn so you don't make the faux pas, the mistakes, the silliness when you do get there. So onward with the show. So when you're looking at email, when you have prospects, cold emails, things like that, you got to treat the prospects the same as the customers. And how do you do that is you have to see the world through their eyes, not yours. And it's very easy to mix that up. You need to tell stories, right? Because you were, or your other customers were, where you were once, or where that prospect was once. So you have to start thinking about what was their fears of pulling that trigger, right? What's the fears? What were they struggling with? Where were they in the cycle, or the sales cycle before, or what made them want to contact you, or when you made that decision to purchase the product that helped you through that bad time. You have to remember to tell the story how the patient life improved. We're talking to doctors, and you got results, but they're the hero. They did the work, but you're going to be their guide. Kind of keeps going back to that. Look around when you're purchasing things. Be cognitively aware. If you're going to go buy that brand new TV, the new computer, why are you buying the new Samsung Galaxy phone, right? Or maybe a Xiaomi with a 108 megapixel camera. What? No, they are not sponsors. I'm just saying, I was like 108 megapixels. What are y'all doing? Your phone's going to be empty, or full, I should say, in no time. So I don't understand that. Maybe that's something. But anyway, when you're looking at why are you going to purchase that, think of it outside of like marketing. Like, what are your feelings? What are you having to overcome? What are your objections? Write those down. Make a mental note so that when you're crafting your email stories about your own product, about your own clinic and medical procedures, you can twist it to where the patient understands. One thing you don't want to do, and I think everybody gets, not everybody, but a lot of people get problems with this, is the shiny object syndrome. Maybe you're looking for a new course, a new technique, a new thing. And a lot of times, it's for at least for chiropractors and for some of the business owners out there, it's the marketing thing. They have this new product, and this new product is this much money. And they said, I can make this much on reselling, or if I offer cold laser, I can make all this extra cash. You got to remember, you actually have to sell that to the patient now. Especially if you're charging $50, $60 for a 15-minute appointment for some cold laser, you have to be convinced that it works, or they're not going to do it. And there's so many other options, other things there too, but maybe you didn't need to buy the $50,000 unit, right? What was the marketing? What was their gimmicks to sell to you? So being aware of that might actually stop you from purchasing bad equipment that you could have got for a better price, and, pass those savings on to the patient if you wanted to, so that they get the results that they want without having to take out a loan, which that's no good. Think about how you want to be treated. If you had to go somewhere and pay out of pocket potentially for a service, would you want to be nickel and dime? Would you want to be sold something that when you do more of research, because you know how to do the research to find the product, you realize this product's not even that great. It just looked good. It was a gimmick, and it just makes you angry. It feels like you wasted your money. Even if you got better, you get mad. It's like a buyer's remorse. You're like, I can't believe I fell for it, Okay. And in the last bit with this email, with this podcast, he was saying, have a system for all areas of your practice. For everything you do, you should have a manual, whether it's verbal, written, videos of how to do everything. So when a new patient comes in, what do? Do you give them an office tour? You kind of ease their mind? Do they just come in, fill out the paperwork, and then they just go see the doctor? What's the next? So the doctor, whenever you see the patient for the first time, you may want to tell them like, hey, this is how the procedure is going to go today. You're going to do this, X, Y, and Z, so what you know what to expect. Because if they're not sure what's going to happen next, they get a little anxious, and it's just makes you have to work that much harder. And if they disappear in like 2 visits, you're like, well, was it money? Was it pain relief? Like, what was the problem? Right. So that'll help, when you think these through and you have a consistent plan, you can always go back to it, because a lot of us go backtrack. It was working so good, we quit doing it, as they say. And he's like, all right, we need to do retraining. What was that video? I need to watch it. I'm the owner of the business. I'm the manager or whatever. And I need to keep following up on these things. So that way we stay consistent. So there's that. All right. I think that's enough. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. Show notes, adoctorsperspective.net/M51. If you do look at the show notes, they're just a direct transcript. So there's going to be mistakes. The AI technology is not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So y'all have a fantastic time. Tschüss. Bye-bye.